It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Phoenix Suns. And guys, for the Suns, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And guys, the Houston Rockets can get up and down the floor and score as well as anybody. A big reason, James Harden. He does just about everything for him at the offensive end of the floor. Doesn't he, Kenny?
I'll tell you what. You know, we always knew he was an elite scorer. But now he's passing the basketball, Ernie. His ability to find people has probably opened his game up exponentially on the offensive end.
I know you heard this before because I played for a lot of teams, but I played for D'Antoni.
Wow.
And Harden has showed he can run the offense, and it's flourishing. You know, the challenge for the Rockets is at the defensive end of the floor.
Coming up, tip-off. Let's go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's a Western Conference battle here in Phoenix as the Suns look to work the home court advantage. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And right now, the Rockets, they'd like to start this road trip off on a positive note. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
Just a lot of positive momentum with this young team. Kevin, you can just see the confidence almost oozing out of these guys, and that's always important for a young team. Get some wins, build some confidence, and typically that can perpetuate itself into success.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston, Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Monroe kicks to Jackson. Poked loose. It's stolen by Capella. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. Anderson's shot is off. On defense, the Rockets, and going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Kept alive. And it's Capella missing.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Harden against Booker. Harden outside. He kicks it to Paul. Doesn't go for it. Now the Suns take it the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And you know what? Up against the weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Here is Harden after Josh Jackson's bucket. Pass to Harden. Anderson the screen. Shoots off the screen, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Harden's got his first basket of the night.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Just watch Devin Booker shoot 2 or 3 shots, and you can see why he's such an explosive scorer. A smooth stroke can hurt you in many ways, and once he gets locked in, as we saw last year with a 70-point game, he can become devastating.
Now here's Harden. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Leaves the dishes to Anderson. Kept alive by Houston. Capella. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. He's off on the first.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
And he's good on the second. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or lesser. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible. Just to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side, or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating them.
Ariza with the bucket.
And really the shot opening up because of the screen by Anderson, working tirelessly to get his guys open shots.
Monroe with the screen on Paul. Screen by Monroe. Here's Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Clint Capella. Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
Yeah, and the versatility of Jackson's game. He's a super confident kid who certainly has the potential to be a star.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Here's Ulis following the basket by Chris Paul. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Rockets.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
Rockets leading by 4. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll.
Jackson setting the pick here for Ulis. Passes it to Booker. Over Harden. No good from Booker. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Harden kicks to Paul. Harden against Booker. It's tipped. Now here's Ulis. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. Warren, a screen on Ariza. Back to Ulis. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Outside Jackson. Here's Warren. And Capella sends it back.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish. You really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Now here's Paul. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Toronto.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Ulis. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Out to Monroe. Phoenix, no good that time either. And here are the Rockets now. They're on a 14-6 run. Tries again. And Capella with the layup. Capella's got 7 points. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Brent, even though it might be somewhat counterintuitive, the numbers show that up-tempo styles are fairly high in efficiency. That may surprise some people. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think what gives in that scenario, Kevin, is it's so hard to scramble back with teams that are operating in the first 6 or 7 seconds of the shot clock to cover the three-point line. All of a sudden, you're running out to guys and opening up space in the interior. That's going to open up drive opportunities to the lane and easy layups. And where you see that most are big men who are getting taken advantage of by running back into the paint. Those threes are worth more than 2. That math class pays off.
It does. I can tell. Here's Nene after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
And with Marquise Chris out of the University of Washington, the 8th overall pick from 2016, he took a little bit of time to get settled as a rookie, but about halfway through the season, you could see the light go on, and you could see why the team brought him in. Explosive as a 4-man and great at running the floor.
Free throw drops for Paul. And with Chris, the length and mobility that he shows at his position, Brent, something that GMs and coaches are always searching for.
Well, kind of cool that the guy just turned 20 years old during the summer. I look forward to the progress that Marquise Chris is going to make after 75 starts in his rookie season. An explosive 4-man around the rim.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
No good from Booker. Rockets leading by 9. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Mike D'Antoni for just a minute. He said the focus defensively is going to be making things difficult inside. He wants to get them off the three-point line and make them take as many mid-range shots as possible. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And here's Jackson after Eric Gordon hit the 3. Booker the pass to Chandler. The drive by Booker. Clock at 6. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
He's got great touch, Devin Booker, especially from the mid-range where he's looking to be consistent.
Gordon against Booker. Gordon dishes to Ariza. Hands it from downtown. Ariza's got 6 points.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
On the wing, Booker. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Nene. And a guy like Devin Booker, so deadly already at such a young age in this NBA. Brent, the ease in which he scores is something it's hard to find in a player.
Well, it definitely is. And then the idea that you force a young player, Kevin, to take on that kind of load for what you do offensively, averaged 11 shots his rookie year and then up to 18 in his second season. It's tough to sustain that kind of offensive relentlessness throughout the course of an NBA year. He did it last year. We'll see if he can do it again.
Free throw good, Booker.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Brown in for Chris Paul. He hits both from the stripe. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
And he knocks down the first one.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Knight on the wing. Pass to Chris. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
One shot, gentlemen.
Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. Here's Tucker. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. And Abamute kicks to Brown. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Suns trail by 7. Left side Jackson. Stolen by Tucker. Lays it up off the glass.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Here's a screen by Chris. Booker the pass tonight. over Brown. A second chance effort, and Chandler lays it in. Chandler's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Chandler's being aggressive right now on the glass, does a terrific job staying active and collecting the rebound.
The dish to Gordon. Screen by Baamute. Gordon kicks to Brown. From outside, off the mark.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here's Chandler. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Suns trail by 7. Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got 5 now.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Baamute. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Nene, and that one goes long. Phoenix is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Knight against Brown. It's off his foot, and they're saying he kicked the ball. Phoenix making some changes. Bender comes in for Jackson, and Dudley subbed in for Booker. Dudley dishes to Knight. Chandler outside. Shot clock at 6.
You know, I watched Jared Dudley, and he just doesn't get enough credit for how good he is at shooting the basketball. But one of the things he does so well is he sets himself up. He anticipates the pass, and from all his experience, he knows when he gets into those open spaces that he can find his shot and find his rhythm. That finds results.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Dudley. That one misses.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Rockets leading by 4. Brown outside. Here's Gordon, and he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Dudley the pass to Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Well, Marquise Chris is becoming one of those guys you got to see when he's jamming it down.
Now Brown looking for his first basket still in this one. Screen by Baamute. Chandler with the steal. It'll count. That shot off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Rockets lead by 2. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly. He talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players. You know, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, you know, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, you know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room, because Chandler has got that covered.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
So on the floor for Houston, P.J. Tucker is out there with Luke Mbamute. Then there's Brown. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Nene in at the center position. Some changes for Phoenix. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Chandler. T.J. Warren comes in for Chris. And Tyler Hugh is subbed in for Brandon Knight. And then for Houston, Clint Capella comes in for Nene. And it's Anderson in for Mbamute. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, D.A. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. Here's Ulis after the Rockets pick up 3. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Dudley against Gordon, and Dudley kicks to Warren. Here's Monroe, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, the Suns' issue last season was their defensive focus, Brent. Bottom 5 in the league in defense, and had a lot of trouble not committing silly fouls on defense.
That's where youth plays a huge part, Kevin. Inexperience, not understanding the nuances of the NBA defensive game. And a lot of times what you'll see, Kevin, is young guys getting caught up in the idea that, hey, I stopped my man, I did a good job defensively, and that's not really what team defense is all about, certainly at the NBA level.
Phoenix with the ball. Following the 3 by Houston that went in. The pass to Dudley. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. The Suns 5th.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Just 5 on the clock. Ulis, good.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Brown, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Anderson the screen. Tucker dishes to Brown. Moves back up and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Well, you were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block, drew a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brett?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special.
Now, here's Ulis. He's got 6. Warren on the wing. There's the triple. And Paul pulls it down. The Rockets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rockets keep it going with the new 24-second clock.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Ulis passes to Warren over Ariza. That one off the back iron and out.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point. When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
And here is Monroe. James Harden getting it to go from deep. A 3 from Warren. Will it go? Another shot. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Monroe.
Monroe throwing his weight around down there on the inside. Important that he stays aggressive.
Here's Paul. Another shot. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Houston shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's good from Capella. And here is Ulis. 6 points for him. Feeds it to Bender. He dishes it to Warren. Rocket 6. Makes that one after missing his first 6 shot attempts. 1 for 7 and hungry for more.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Here's Ariza. Bender with the rebound. And Dudley kicks to Ulis. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
One shot.
And that one misses. The Rockets have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Harden has a wide open look. Another miss by Houston.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
Here's Warren. Here's Monroe. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Monroe's got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
That's the Monroe comfort zone, a polished interior scorer. That's a high percentage shot for their offense.
Paul outside. From deep, Harden. They grab their own miss. Capella. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Houston, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. The first one falls.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
Good on both. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
The three from Dudley, and that comes off the assist by Ulis.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Paul outside. Anderson the screen. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. Back to Harden. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
Ariza against Warren. No good from outside. Rockets have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Phoenix.
Remember, back in 2012, James Harden was the 6th man of the year. Now, he's every bit the franchise player.
The Rockets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Free throw drops for Harden.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Jackson, he's checked in for Bender. And it's Devin Booker in for Jared Dudley. Harden hits them both. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they played that style. The Suns and that running gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
Here's Paul after Josh Jackson's bucket. And a wide open look for Capella. The Rockets with another miss. Here's Booker. He drains the quick shot. Booker's got 11 points.
Devin Booker lethal on the pull-up jump shot. Loves going to this shot when the D is not paying any attention.
Ariza kicks to Harden. Capella with a screen on Booker. Here's Anderson. A baseline J. That one drops for him. Anderson's got his first points of the night. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Ulis kicks to Warren. Screen by Monroe. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. They get it again. And it's Monroe finishing it off.
Got to do more than that defensively. Monroe bouncing off the defense pretty easily down there. Very focused offensively.
Harden with it. Last game, 26 points. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. Fifth best, the Rockets.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Here's Ulis. He's got 8. Kicks it out to Booker. The feed to Monroe. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
When your point guard has those kind of excellent instincts, ripping the D to pieces comes along with it.
The Suns trailing. Here's Ulis. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Over Paul. Now Monroe kicks to Booker. 6 to shoot from 12 feet out. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
Here's Harden. Phoenix grabs the miss. Now here's Booker. He had 25 points in the win against the Lakers.
Fun to watch Devin Booker score the basketball. So efficient in this one.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And as shaky as they looked in that game, guys, it showed a lot of mental toughness that they were able to come out and get a win. And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Monroe. Marquise Chris comes in for T.J. Warren. And Knight subbed in for Tyler Ulis.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
Chandler dishes to Knight. Outside Jackson. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball. Another attribute of his game, Jackson's so good at finding and locating that alley-oop there. Beautiful to watch this guy elevate.
Here's Brown after Josh Jackson's bucket. Brown with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Left side, Brown. Shot by Gordon, wide open. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Gordon's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. On offense, here are the Suns. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Knight. And the rebound goes to Nene. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
And the first one at the line is good. So Nene nails both of them. It's early, of course, but Brent, for teams that have a number of new players, maybe even a new coach, what's an average timeline for developing a winning chemistry?
I think if you look at, Kevin, the way we've talked for so many years about 20 games into the season, with this much change, you might have to look at half of a season because there could be some injuries, there could be some scheduling snafus that make it difficult for you. But half of a year, new coach, new players, 41 games seems to be about right in assessing whether or not this team's going to put something special together for the season.
Here's Gordon following the score by Phoenix. And it's Brown missing. Knight against Brown. Right side, Knight kicks to Booker. Suns moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Again, the miss by Knight. The Rockets shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
.23 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Booker outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Now, Booker being very active right now on the offensive end. Terrific at getting the defense to knock him around on the way up.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Now Brown, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Five seconds left here in the second. With 1 on the clock, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Well, Booker asserting himself on the defensive end that time. He has good size and enough speed to annoy the opposing scorer.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Suns ahead. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Brandon, how would you say you're doing so far, and what do you need to do in the second half?
You know, we're moving the ball really well right now, and, you know, really finding an open man. So, you know, I got to congratulate my team in the first half just on, you know, moving the ball and really playing unselfish. And but the main thing is getting stops, and it's going to come down to getting stops to win this game.
We'll see if you guys are still together in the second half, Brandon. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Looking at the field goal percentage during that period for them, it was good, 45%. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. Looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Clint Capella really making a difference here.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability. Right now, he's just simply out.
The Suns leading. Ulis and Booker, the 2 former Wildcats of the backcourt. Jackson is out there with T.J. Warren, and it's Monroe in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Harden with it. Now guarded by Booker. He gets it in there. Harden's got the first points of the second half here for the Rockets. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Ulis kicks to Jackson. Booker against Harden. Here's Monroe. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Ariza kicks to Paul. Anderson the screen. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Goes up on the wing, and too long on the shot.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Held by Ulis. Ariza passes to Paul. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Booker dishes to Jackson. Basket counts. Jackson's got 11.
How about the composure down low for Jackson? He's showing all the tools in that toolbox, becoming very efficient when attacking the rim.
Paul kicks to Harden. And stolen by Booker. To the wing right side. The wide open look here for Ulis. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Paul outside. Screen by Capella. Paul kicks to Capella. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Good work defensively by Monroe. Now here's Ulis, defended by Paul. Ulis passes to Monroe. And that misses. That would have put him up.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And with Harden, it's pick your poison. Not only a tenacious penetrator, but also a consistent threat from three-point. And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
Booker dishes to Ulis. Outside for Jackson. For 3, Booker. Again, the miss by Booker. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And you know, Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
It's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
And here is Ulis. 8 points for him. Warren with the ball. And the basket is good. Warren's got his second bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Paul kicks to Ariza. Down low, Anderson, and finished off by Anderson.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the Suns call time here. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
So for the Suns, Dragan, he's checked in for Jackson. And Dudley subbed in for Devin Booker. Suns trail by 7. Ulis with it. He's picked up by Paul. Monroe in the corner. Drops in the tray. Monroe's got 12.
Well, Monroe got himself in great position off the pass and had no problem getting that one up quickly.
Screen by Capella. Harden gets to Ariza. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Dudley the pass to Ulis. Suns moving the ball around. Warren on the wing. Dishes it to Monroe. Over to the wing. Here's Ulis. Another three for Phoenix.
Yeah, that's unselfish play there from Greg Monroe, keeping his head up to spot the open man.
Lob pass to Capella. Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Now, here's Ulis. Not a lot of room. He feeds it to Bender. Stolen by Anderson. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And then jammed down as he goes right over Greg Monroe.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Ulis kicks to Bender. Ariza against Warren. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Ariza. Ulis with a steal. To the middle, shoots. Here's Monroe. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. 14 points for Greg Monroe.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Screen by Capella. Shoots the three. Harden, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, just scanning the box score and looking at the rebound total tonight, I don't believe it. Shows the absolute passion he has for that part of the game.
Ulis kicks to Warren. Right wing. Here's Dudley. The shot misses, and the Rockets take it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip, and the basket by Harden.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
And the Suns call time. So for the Suns, Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Monroe. Chris comes in for T.J. Warren, and it's Brandon Knight in for Tyler Ulis. Suns trail by 5. Knight kicks to Chris. That one rolling around and rims out. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break, and they pick up 2. Tucker's got 7 points in the game.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Chris kicks to Chandler. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. He's got 6.
Chandler's so good at finishing over defenders. Helps when the big guys keep the ball high.
The screen from Brown. Gordon against Dudley. Up again. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Here's Knight. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Out to Chris. He tries for 3. Chris with another miss. Houston leading by 5. Brown with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Gordon dishes to Nene. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Chandler. Suns have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Stolen by Tucker. It's Brown with the drive. And Bahamute the pass to Brown. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 7.
And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
Back to Chris.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And for Houston, they're shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Gordon kicks to Nene. Stolen by Duggan. Pass to Bender. Knight on the wing, shoots over Brown. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Brandon Knight.
Well, Knight confident shooting it off the pass.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
And Dudley kicks to Chris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
And the first one at the line is good.
Marquise Chris has potential oozing from his fingertips. So exciting and so athletic at that 4 spot.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. He hits both from the stripe. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Brown kicks it to Tucker. Passes it to Gordon. Nene with the screen on Booker. Shot from the wing. Gordon with another miss.
Yeah, just not his night so far, guys.
For the lead. And Booker with a nice bucket inside. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Brown kicks to Gordon. Back to Brown. Now here's Mbamute, covered by Chris. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot's good from Nene. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Knight kicks to Dudley. Gordon against Booker. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Chandler dishes to Booker. Over Gordon. Here's Chandler, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Chandler's got 8.
Chandler skilled on the inside. Not many defenders are going to match up with his size down there.
Brown can't connect. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Suns ahead. They finish off the third quarter on a 12-4 run. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And the Rockets with possession here. And so in the game for the Rockets. Brown out there with Gordon. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Mbamute. Then it's Nene in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Outside Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Over Booker. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's 9 points for Eric Gordon.
Can't fault the D entirely on that bucket from Gordon, although the coach will. Sometimes he's just too good for whatever you throw at him.
That's good from Booker on the assist by Knight. 21 points for Devin Booker.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nene setting the pick for Brown. Overnight. Here's Nene. Tries again. And Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots.
It's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Brown the pass to Gordon. Kept alive. Nene kicks to Brown. Chandler with the steal. Here's Jackson. And it's Nene with the rebound. Nene's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. They get it again. And there it is for him.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Pass to Chandler. Booker outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Booker's got the lead up to 3 now for the Suns.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And it's fair to say, Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
And with Chandler, Greg, he still rebounds at a fantastic rate, even though he's the team veteran. As long as he gets minutes, he'll get you some boards.
And part of that is because he's always been one of the smarter rebounders in our league. Just aware of how to set up and track the basketball after the shot goes up. And he makes great use of his length and strength.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Monroe's checked in for Chandler. T.J. Warren comes in for Chris. And you is subbed in for Knight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Ball outside. To the inside. Capella. And the rejection by Monroe. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body. So some free throws coming up right now.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a 1-possession game.
Screen by Monroe. Booker outside. He kicks to Monroe. To the paint. Stolen by Anderson. Ball outside. Ariza against Jackson. Ariza kicks to Paul. Shoots over Ulis, and the shot is good. The Phoenix lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Paul. Now, here's Ulis, defended by Paul. Stolen by Anderson. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Ariza no look.
I'm scratching my head on that one. This is not his shot, and he of all people should know that. Hopefully he will try to work his way closer to the basket next time the ball comes his way. Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Harden dishes to Paul. Over Ulis. A second chance effort, and the shot is good. The Phoenix lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Capella.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Ariza kicks to Capella to tie it up, and it's good on the way in. Capella's got 24 points.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Well, great timing as well. Swiss watch kind of moments. Fourth quarter, close game. That could have been a 4-point swing.
Rockets shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Now here's Paul. Shoots over Ulis. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Paul feels so at ease shooting from the mid-range. You can see how easily that shot comes right off his fingertips, and a great release there.
Warren kicks to Booker. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Capella. To the middle. Monroe against Anderson. Houston moving the ball around. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
The dish to Paul. Screen by Capella. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, overall, he has played basically flawless basketball, but that was a bad turnover.
The Suns have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. The way he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
Warren the pass to Ulis. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Capella. No good there. And Phoenix the other way now. The drive by Booker. And he lays it straight in. Booker's got the game tied up here for the Suns.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Harden kicks to Ariza. Capella with a screen on Booker. Harden dishes to Capella. Here's Ariza. And it's good off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 2. For Phoenix, they've got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Ulis passes to Warren. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ulis. Over in the corner, Warren. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Harden outside. Paul kicks to Harden. Here's Capella. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Capella. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Suns trail by 4. Ulis kicks to Monroe. Booker dishes to Jackson. Over Ariza. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And Jackson isn't bashful about pulling up from the mid-range. He just has a nice-looking stroke from that spot on the floor.
Ariza kicks to Paul. Shoots over Ulis. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 6 assists here tonight. They set the pick. Ulis passes to Booker. Monroe dishes to Ulis. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Over Paul. 6 on the shot clock. That one a little long.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. You just can't buy a bucket right now.
Ulis kicks to Booker. Good work defensively by Capella.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Yeah, easy call.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for James Harden. There's Ulis. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Booker outside. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Ariza passes to Harden. From beyond the arc, Ariza no up. Suns trail by 6. Jackson dishes to Monroe. Harden kicks to Paul. High post try, and he makes that one.
Well, whenever Paul lets it go from that area, Kevin, you think that it's going to go in. Love his stroke. Pure.
There's a good screen. Ulis passes to Warren. Back to Ulis. Screen by Monroe. And Booker kicks to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Phoenix no good that time either. Houston leading by 8. Reza dishes to Paul. And the pass to Capella. Shoots over Monroe. Second shot opportunity. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 28.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
Booker the pass to Monroe. Ulis with it and guarded by Capella. Warren on the wing. And that time also a missed shot.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Rockets.
Now the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Clint Capella.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Both free throws good from Paul.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those two away.
Timeout called. The Suns, they trail by 12. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Clint Capella.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Dudley's shot is good. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Now Brown. So we see the Rockets get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Congrats, James, on the win. This is a very tough team. What does it mean to beat them?
It meant a lot. We wanted to come out here and play with some energy. Guys made shots defensively. It was a gutsy win for us.
I'm sure you'll see these guys again. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long, everyone.